everyone, and welcome to another final episode of BTV, your student news show. My name is Liliana.
And I'm Annette. I know we said last week that was our final show, but we have a couple more stories to tell. So here's another show from Cohort A.
Being unpredictable is pretty on par with the rest of the year. There's been a lot of ups and downs, but we all persevered.
Totally. I love how both students and teachers have worked hard to make most of the situation. It's been hard to stay safe from COVID, but still get an educational experience.
You know who's done a great job adapting? The Fine Arts class of theater performance. Though this school year has changed many things about it, it's still a lot of fun. Let's see how the theater has adapted to these changes.
Theater has always been a fun class for many. Though, like many other classes, theater has had to adapt to the changes made to this school year.
We really had to rethink how we did things. What we really lost in online learning in theater was the ability to work with other performers, collaborate, and respond, which is hugely important. In tech class, I think that those students might have been more frustrated because they had signed up for a hands-on class.
It's just different, but I prefer that than doing nothing.
Although things were different this year, everyone sets out hope what it could be like next year.
Hopes for next year is that we can work in bigger groups and we can just socialize with all of each other.
I'm looking forward to restoring our production season next year. Those production programs allow lots of students to have opportunities beyond the classroom to apply what they're learning in a truly practical way.
With the school year with many changes coming to a close, classes like theater, I wait to see what brings them next year.
PE has always been a class for socializing with others and playing fun sports, right?
Yes, but unfortunately PE has had some drastic changes this year.
PE is a class where students interact with each other by playing sports and other physical activities, but sports such as basketball or volleyball have been restricted because of the pandemic, and these classes have changed significantly. People from Buena have mixed feelings whether or not PE this year is harder or easier.
Before, we were, like I said, in a room together doing everything, and then now it's just the same thing, but we have to not really do a lot of weight training. We're just doing a food plan and working out a little bit.
PE has definitely changed its ways because of the pandemic, and students and teachers are adapting to the new layout and hopefully still having the same fun as they did before.
To no surprise, the pandemic has restricted the way people can spend their summers too.
That's right, but people are still trying to make plans after school gets out. Let's hear from some of our fellow Colts about their plans for their summer.
With the school year coming to an end and summer approaching, students and teachers at Buena have plans for what they want to do for their summer. However, COVID-19 is still as big as ever and has put restrictions on summer activities and plans.
So as long as we're still being safe and taking those proper precautions, I think it's okay to start going out, especially with people starting to get their vaccinations and that kind of stuff.
I'm not too afraid of COVID. I mean, I consider myself to be pretty healthy. If you've got a health issue, then sure you can be afraid.
How do you feel about the summer? Everyone should keep in mind that they should still practice social distancing and wearing masks to be safe during their summer and to be able to enjoy their summer break.
Sports here at Buena have taken a hit this year.
Like which ones?
Girls soccer, football.
What a bummer.
Thankfully, that's not the story for every sport. Baseball and softball, for example, are wrapping up their season right now. Take a look.
This year is hard for kids not playing sports, like football and girls soccer. But baseball is doing good this year, and this is what the baseball coaches had to say.
We got 2 wins and 3 losses so far, and we've lost a couple games due to cancellations as well.
So far we played pretty well. We're 5-0 right now. The kids are playing really well. Our pitchers are doing an outstanding job.
It's hard for seniors this year because it means a lot to them. Like Austin Grimm. This is what he had to say.
This season is a little more because we're seniors. Well, I'm a senior, so it's a little more, means a little more because it's my last go at baseball. So throwing the ball in general this year means a lot more to me than it has in the past 4 years.
This is what Austin Grimm said to me when I asked him about what he's going to do after school is over when he graduates from high school.
I want to go to college to play baseball.
Well, Austin, we wish you luck.
I'm happy to hear they got to compete. I love competition.
Did you hear about the Sierra Vista 48-hour film competition?
Oh yeah, let's take a look at the different kind of local competitions that was still able to go on this year.
The Sierra Vista 48-hour film competition is a competition for filmmakers of all ages that has taken place for the past 3 years.
Everyone makes stuff in the same amount of time. To level the playing field, everyone is given this prompt right at the beginning of the competition. And the idea is that no one can then plan too far ahead of time and they have to figure it out at that moment.
Despite changes happening due to the pandemic, 10 teams did their best to create their short films that were shown at the Uptown 3 Theater during the award ceremony.
I got to see the adult division got to win their own awards, and I got to see our student division get their own awards. And
we filmed outside, so it just made it easier to do social distance rather than being stuck inside of a small room. The pandemic really did change things, but overall it doesn't make the creativity and the craft any different. My advice would be to keep at it, no matter what you win, at least you're learning.
Even so, these teams still enjoy participating in the competition, and they all look forward to see what they can do next year.
That's for this episode of BTV. Be sure to check out any other episodes from the other cohort coming out later this week.
Have a great summer. Bye.
Yeah.